So you all understood, right, guys? We had taken some examples to understand this. So you all have to participate. That's how I understand that you all are understanding. Otherwise, I will be in a doubt if you are really understanding it or not. Okay. And what else did we discuss? That's all correct. We must have discussed the CTR as well, correct? What is CTR? Anybody? Click through rate is the full form of CTR. And what is click through rate? That will be, if people are clicking on your website, it will be called as clicking clicks or visits to your website. But that's not called as click through rate, right? Click through rate is measure of number of people clicking your website against the number of people seeing your website. So number of people seeing you is counted as impressions. So clicks divided by impressions into percentages, click through rate, right? And what is this user engagement?
When someone goes to your website and how much engaging it is, like 5 seconds or 1 second, what engagement they see, stay
Okay.
there. Is that
Okay.
user engagement?
So user engagement is basically a measure of whether the purpose is fulfilled or not. End user's purpose is fulfilled or not. End user is finding it comfortable or not. Yeah, obviously it will be measured in terms of number of pages explored, the amount of time spent on the web pages, right? It's nothing but the measure of the user engagement and the final goal of the user fulfilled or not. The web page should be able to grab the attention. It also has to meet the business goals. What is business goal? Businesses expect people to fill the form on the website. Businesses expect people to add the product to the cart, check out and purchase the products, correct? Business expects sales and end user expects successfully purchasing of the product. You shouldn't be finding difficulty in purchasing the order. Okay. So anyways, we are going to discuss each of this in depth and how do we improve them. So we can get started with the crawl stats. Okay. Okay. So now we all discussed that if bot is reading your website more number of times, if bot is reading your website more number of times, it's going to prioritize your website. Correct, guys? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, how do we make bot to read our website more number of times?
It should be more engaging.
More?
Engaging.
No. How did our parents make us to get started with our education? What did they do? Go back to 20 years, 30 years. How did you all start your education?
They put us in a school.
Yes, they got us. They took the admission for us in the school. We did not even knew that we have to go and study. Correct?
Yeah.
They planned or decided that we have to study. We have to pursue. Correct? Right? Exactly
Yes.
the same thing. So Google has created a tool or a platform like a school through which you can communicate to bot that I am available, I exist, and you can come and crawl me. Correct? See, our parents can get us admitted to the colleges or schools, but they cannot ensure or they cannot really assure the college management that we are going to be toppers. Correct? We are going to study our best. Correct?
Yeah.
Or our parents will never see how good we are going to study. Correct? It all depends on our efforts, our interest. There are a number of things. Same way, so this platform or tool which you are going to use is just a entry. Just you are communicating that I am there, I exist, and you can consider crawling me. Okay. See, even before that, the good thing is we all have to understand one thing. So website is on internet server. Correct? Correct. See, Googlebot has no work apart from going to the internet servers and peeping into every other servers and websites, and accidentally during its process it might find our website and it would crawl it and it would index. What is indexing here? Anybody? What is indexing?
Sir, it's a ranking of the page, sir.
So it's simply taking the copy of the page is called as index. So you will see somebody, you will take a photo from your camera. That is, you are taking a photo of them, correct? Photocopy photo, correct? So now the Google bot does the same thing. The moment it sees a website, it takes a snapshot of it and stores it on its server, Google server. And this is called as indexing. Okay, you all got it? Anybody has questions around indexing? See, bot can tell you. See, if I'm asking you, what did you see to the right side of your screen? Close your eyes and tell me what did you see to the right side of your screen. We will start recalling it. Correct? If you
Yes.
had seen 10 minutes back, 5 minutes back at the start of the call, you would have recorded that on your mind. Correct? In
Yeah.
your brain, right? And you will start recalling and you will start telling it. You will be able to tell only when it is stored on your brain, correct? On your memory, correct?
Yeah.
Same way, Google will be able to serve our websites on Google only when it has a copy of it, correct? And storing that copy, reading the websites and storing, getting copy back to its internet Google server from the internet is called as indexing. Okay, and I guess I haven't shared the screen still, so let me quickly share the screen. Right? How do we check is has bot crawled my website and has indexed the pages on my website? See, look at this. This is one method. See, bot, this website has actually some 10,000 web pages allowed for search engine crawling and indexing, but bot did not index all the websites, all the web pages. It might have crawled some 6,000 or 7,000 web pages, but then it has indexed only 4,710 pages. It means it has taken copy of 4,700 pages pertaining to your website. Your website might have 50,000 pages. Your website might have 1 lakh web pages. See, this is one page, this is one page, and this way there are so many pages. Correct? Are you all
Yes.
understanding, getting it? And now
Yes.
look at this, look at this. How is the copy of this? How did it store on its server? This is your original web page. And if you want to see the copy stored by bot, Google on its server, just type cache colon in front of it. You will get to see how is bot seeing your web page. See, your bot is seeing almost the same how you see it. I mean, snapshot, but how it sees is different thing. The snapshot of your page on Google server is this one. If you look at this, see, look at this Google users content. This is not your website anymore. This is a copy of your web page on Google server. It's a snapshot, a photo, a screenshot. And now, if you want to know how Google sees this web page, just click on text version, text only version. And this is how bot sees your web page. This is how a Google bot sees your web page. Right? It's clear up to here, correct? Right? Crawling and indexing.
Yeah.
Okay. So now Google has naturally crawled. Google can crawl the website very naturally. Correct? Google can crawl your website very naturally, right? But then if Google is crawling naturally, if Google is crawling the website naturally, see naturally, see something like this. If government is giving you some scheme, something for free or subsidy or something, does it give it for everybody, everything? And you take the example. So government, even the insurances or something else, it doesn't give beyond 2 kids. If you have more than 2 kids, you are not eligible for certain things. Correct? If
Correct.
you're free scheme, even the ration at the ration stores, just 10 kgs of rice. Does it really give you hundreds of kgs needed for your family?
No.
There are certain kinds of restrictions, correct? See, Google natural visit would just crawl your website and takes a copy to internet server, correct? That's all. Now, if Google has to show your website on the top, it has to obviously crawl it.
Index it.
No, not indexing. It's crawling and indexing.
Okay.
But if it has to show your website several on the top, it has to crawl it multiple number of times.
Okay.
See, naturally, Google visiting your website is fine. It's visiting. It's reading your website once, and it's taking a copy on your server and storing. And that is not sufficient for you to show up in the top. Google will just hold a copy. See, if you're reading a book once, if you're reading a chapter only once, you might remember certain things here and there. Will that give you a confidence to answer in the exam all the questions and answers? The
No.
moment you read it at least twice, thrice, or more number of times, you're more confident. Correct? Correct. So same is the case with Google. So now, if you have to read a textbook more number of times, for you, what is needed? Interest, time, right? Even if you don't have these two things, at least a push from the parents. There should be somebody always behind you. Thanks, Vinay. Scolding you. Get up, study the book, study the right subject. Correct, guys. Some of us might have experienced this. Correct. And sometimes that okay, parents will scold that I have to read or study, right? And if it is just before the exam, that day nobody has to wake you up. You will wake up, start studying in the morning, 4 o'clock, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., correct, until you go to the exam hall, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Now, here, you might have to do something like that in order to make your website show up on the top, correct? See,
Yes.
now, some of us here would have studied only that previous day night, and some other student in the class, they must be studying from day one, consistency, correct? They won't be worried about studying that overnight. They would have studied it throughout the year and just revise that over the previous day, and they will still do good in the exams, correct? And some others, they don't study at all, and just before the day exam, they will study the subject, correct? Now here, consistency is very important. You cannot do something a day before to the day you are expecting the results. If you are expecting the results, you should be doing all these activities continuously throughout the year. That's when you will see the results. Okay. So now your topic is again, how do we make bots read our website many times? See, bot is naturally visiting and they don't just see your website, index, take a copy of it. But now when you search for it, Snowflake training in Bangalore, Dubai is showing in the top. Okay, Snowflake training in the Bangalore. Yeah, it's not showing you in the top. Why? How many results are there above? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this is the 15th result. This is in the 15th position, that's in the second page. Correct? Now, how do you make this move to the top? You must be lagging one of these criteria, either the crawl frequency for that web page or CTR or engagement. Right? Right?
Yes.
So CTR and engagement we will discuss later. Now, how do I make this page crawl more number of times? Right? One is natural way of bot visiting your website, right? And now, second thing is you can communicate to bots. Okay, you can tell to bots. See, there is a tool called Google Search Console. So Google, I was telling you all. So you can Google has a tool through which you can communicate. Okay, so the tool name is okay. So sorry. Yeah. So Google Search Console is an application or a software or a tool. You call it whatever you want. It's basically establishing the communication between website owner and Googlebot. Now I want to tell Googlebot that the content or information of this page has changed, or this page is newly created for the first time on the website, and I'm going to tell to the bot here. So when I click enter, it says your page is not on index or your page is on index. Your page is crawled. So whatsoever, we'll see that. Yeah, URL is on Google. It can appear in Google search results if not subjected to manual action or removal request with all relevant enhancements. Okay, I can still click on request indexing. So last crawled was February 23rd, 2024. See, now if a subject is very difficult, right? Reading it once is enough. It's not enough, right? You may have to read multiple number of times. See, that's the difference between Snowflake training in Dubai and Snowflake training in Bangalore. See, Snowflake training Dubai, there is no competition. There are not many training institutes in Dubai. Snowflake training in Dubai. There is no competition, much of competition here. If bot is reading your website once or twice, it will start showing up you on Google. But that's not the case with Bangalore. See, now even this is Snowflake, and the designs, layout, everything is exactly the same. There's no difference at all. If you observe the web page, look at this web page and the other web page which you have visited, both are same. So look at this is also same, right? The information is also same. There's no difference. Observe this page, guys. Do you see any difference here? And take a look at this page as well. Do you see any difference here? It's all same, right? Then why is that Google ranking this one in the top and not Snowflake training in the Bangalore? Right? Snowflake training in Dubai competition is very low, and even if Google is reading once or twice. So what does the low competition mean? Low competition is that there are not too many web pages Snowflake training in Dubai. Correct? If you are only in the auction, let's say the bank is selling the property in auction, the bank set price is 10 lakh rupees. And if there are 100 more people sitting in the auction, somebody will say 11 lakhs, somebody else will say 12 lakhs, and they keep on increasing the price, and 10 lakhs worth property will be sold at 50 lakhs. Correct? Now, let's say there are no 100 people, it's just you and government, that bank property auction. They'll say 10 lakhs, you will say, I will buy. Since there is no auction happening and nobody is trying to bid higher on it, you will get it at 10 lakhs only, correct? Same way now, when there is no competition, it's only your web page. Not too many web pages in Dubai. Snowflake certification courses. See, do you see any Dubai here? There is one page. Not too many pages. And obviously, you will gain advantage. You will have a good mileage to show up on the rank, Google search. Right? Now, pages like this, in Bangalore, the competition is very high, and definitely, if Google has to prioritize your web page, it has to crawl it quite often. Correct? Last crawled is 23rd, and today is 6th March. 12 days. 12 days back is the last crawled. Now, this is one method. We can call it as request indexing view crawl page, or request indexing would make that page crawl again, right? There are chances that bot might revisit this web page today again. So when you submit like this, there are chances that from 15th position Snowflake training in Bangalore, it might come to 13th position or 12th position. But many times this push is not needed. Many times this push is alone is not needed. You need extra push, right? So what we do for this extra push? So now this is nothing but bot is, we all understand, if bot is crawling our web page more number of times, it's going to prioritize or show up on the top. Correct? How do we make bot push? If there's two natural methods, or through this tool you forget, ignore. Are there any other methods or ways of telling bot to crawl this web page? You can do that. Indexing requested. You all understood Search Console, right? The definition of Search Console. It's basically an application, software, or a tool that's that's establishing the connection between website owner and the bot. If website owner has to communicate something to Google bot, he will communicate it through this tool. And same way, if bot has to communicate something to the website owner, see, bot wants to tell how many pages are crawled or indexed, and bot is going to show all that information here. And if you need that kind of communication to be happening, you have to sign up an account on Google Search Console tool. It's very easy, it's free, you don't have to pay anything for this. Okay, we will be discussing this tool in depth, every bit of this tool, every section of this tool on the go. Okay, okay, so now let's proceed with understanding how do we make bot read our website more number of times. What should we be doing if bot has to read our website more number of times? If bot has to crawl, if the crawl frequency has to be higher, what should we be doing? Anybody, guys?
We have to do it manually.
What are you going to do manually?
I will rewrite the content and again I'll use the AI and then submit it, upload it.
No.
Human touch? No.
No, why should you be rewriting the content first?
so that we can get more impressions and the clicks. No.
No. So why should we be rewriting the content? What happens technically, logically? What happens if you're rewriting the content? First thing, rewriting the content is not going to. It's not the one that is going to help you with the crawl frequency.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See now, simple logic. We want bot to be visiting our website, right? Who is this bot? Where is this bot?
Google.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Google bot only. Where is this bot and how do you visit? How do you invite that bot? See, if a prime minister is passing through this road, there are chances that I can invite him to my home. If some MLA, MP, or prime minister, even let's say some cattle, some cow is walking in the street. If I have to invite it to my home, what do I do?
Invitation.
Huh? No, forget about MLA, MP. Cow is walking in the street. So, and you have to invite, you think that cow reaching your doorsteps is very auspicious, and you're going to invite that cow. How do you invite that cow?
I'll go out of my house and give a shout.
Okay, yeah. So now, see, cow is at least walking in your street. You know that you are able to see that cow is walking in the street, and you are inviting. And where is this bot now? How do you invite this bot to your website? You have to invite bot, right?
Yes.
See, first thing, this bot doesn't have any work. It keeps moving across the internet. It's on the internet, right? So it means bot must be visiting, let's say, see, bot must be visiting this website as well, accidentally
Yes.
or through search console tool, right? Somehow bot must be visiting this website, correct?
Yeah.
So bot must be visiting this website, or maybe bot must be. See, we all know bot must be visiting all these websites on the internet, correct? Correct.
Yes.
And so this is where you will try to reap maximum. See, you know, bot is visiting this website, and what you can do, you know, you can go ask Archana, please drop a link of my website on your website. So bot must be visiting this website. Just this is loading, yeah. So bot is visiting all the websites on the internet. May not be regularly, but bot is visiting. Correct.
Yes.
So yeah. Now look at this. I'm going to approach this person, Silicon India, this company, and I'll tell boss, place a link to my website, IT certificate program. So now if you observe it to the left bottom of your screen, it says washingtontech.edu information technology hyphen 2 hyphen html.html. Correct? So this is a web page. So what happens is bots property. See why it is crawling. Why we call it as crawling is. Have you seen how baby crawls? Will that have a proper direction? It keeps crawling. If you go opposite to them, they will start crawling the other side. Correct? They won't.
Yes.
They won't stay quiet or they don't get stagnant, right? And you must have seen how water flows as well, right? A river stream, it's just flowing in the one passage, and suddenly after 3 kilometers flow, suddenly it finds four different passages, and water starts moving in the five different passages as well. Correct? Downstream. It doesn't say, okay, now for the last 3 kilometers, I was just only one path, one passage. I'll not flow in that one stream only. I'll flow. So the moment it finds five stream passages, the water will split to five different streams or passages. Correct? Correct.
Yes.
So even the virus, how does the virus spread? Spreads. Does it say I am in one person now? I'm going to infect only one person. Whomsoever comes close to that infected person, the virus spreads and the virus resides in that person as well. Correct?
Yes.
Correct? So
Yeah.
same way, this bot which has visited this website starts crawling this website slowly. And whatever comes to his vicinity, whatever it comes across, it branches out to those web pages or websites and it keeps moving. It continues to. This is how bot keeps crawling. Bot gets into an infinite loop and keeps crawling all the websites and web pages, right? So now I will make a presence on this website, and obviously bot is going to branch one of the bots, some of the bots energy, like how the water stream splits into multiple streams. A single stream splits into multiple streams, correct? Right? Same way, some energy starts flowing into this link, this link, this link, correct? So now I'll do one more thing. Look at this. I'll click on this and I'll drop a link of, let's assume this is Cantra Digital. So Cantra Digital is the company I belong to. Okay. So Cantra Digital is our company name. Okay. So now I have to invite bot to this website as many times as possible. So what I'm doing, look at this. So now I will put the link here on this website up to here, and at the bottom it found candradigital.com. Left bottom, observe it. Now a bot branches out to this page. Bot must have visited these pages as well. It's not going to read only information on this page. Hyperlink, these are all called as hyperlinks. Hyperlinks is a link that is leading you to a next page. So now just look at this. This will lead you to the next page, right? Same way bot also visits this page as well. Okay. So now if I am placing a link of my website on this website, I'll be getting, bot will be visiting my website. Correct? Did you all get that? Not only here, look at this. I must have dropped a link here as well. Designed, developed and marketing by Cantra Digital. You see here the link to candradigital.com.
Yeah.
Bot which is visiting this website is visiting my website. Not only these two websites, I'll show you some other websites. So bot must have visited this website as well. Let me show it to you. That website. No, not this one. Now look at this, bot has visited this website, and while reading the information or content on this website, bot finds a link to Cantra Digital again. If you all observe it, it's made with Cantra Digital. There is a link to Cantra Digital, correct?
Yeah.
So now I am inviting bot companies, and now we are making use of that opportunity. We are dropping the links of our websites over there, and bots are visiting our website, and this is going to be useful. Now you are a blogger. Now you are another business. How will you get these kinds of links? You cannot get these kinds of links. So what you will be doing is you will start approaching people. You will start telling that, Achana, I'll pay you 500 rupees or 5000 rupees. So drop a link of my website on your website. Somewhere here, write partners or brands or something, and give a link to my website. Right? And many other website owners accept guest posting. They are inviting people to contribute on their websites, right? So now maybe something like this, in title guest post. Become a guest post author. See, the website itself is guest post, and these people will allow, accept you to publish content on their websites. And now when you publish, so let's go to the blog. This all will be contribution from some other people. See, you can become a guest author on other websites. So when you become an author, you can write a topic like this, and you can drop a link, to your website, like so found here matcuts.com. So it's linking to the blog is guestpost.com, but here the link is matkits.com blog/guestposting. If you all observe the left bottom, and this activity of getting links to your website, inviting bots visiting your website is called as backlink building. Okay, so by building backlinks, you are inviting bots to your websites. Correct? How many of you have heard this backlink terminology here? Okay, so did you all get that? So now this activity of getting links from other websites to your website is called as backlink building activity. And how you get is a different thing. You scare them, you do the rowdyism, you beat them, you beg them, you become a guest author, right? You convince them, correct? You build a website for them and drop a link that designed and developed by, do whatever is needed. But your main goal is you have to invite the bot to your website. You have to build backlinks to your website, as many backlinks as possible. Is it clear, guys, everybody?
Yes.
Is this the only way to invite the bot? Previously, we have learned bot naturally visits our website. That is one thing, but naturally would not be quite often. It visits on its own terms, correct? And second method is there are chances of you asking bot to visit your website by using the search console tool. On the search console tool, you can raise a request, and there are chances of it visiting your website again on its own term. It doesn't assure you visiting frequently or visiting immediately. It says, okay, you have submitted the link. Wait, I'll come on my own terms. I might come or I might not come, right? That is the second method. The third most effective method is building backlinks from other websites, right? There are many other methods. Right? So to understand the next method, we will go with a simple example, right? We will go with a simple example. So it's clear right up to here, guys?
Yeah.
Everybody? Yeah. So the next method is, to discuss that method, we will just go with this example. Okay. So let's assume we all are residents of HSR layout. One second. Okay. So let's assume you all are residents of HSR layout. So I am sitting here in HSR layout office and speaking to you all. Okay. So now in this HSR layout, so we all are residing in this area for the past 10 years, right? And let's assume we all are using Colgate toothpaste, right? And now all the supermarkets around, all the Kirana stores around will be selling only Colgate toothpaste, correct? So now suddenly all of us, not just all of us, that is, let's say there is 5 lakh population here in HSR layout. Let's assume all these 5 lakh people, okay, in the morning somebody, let's say some 10,000 people will go to the supermarket or Kirana store and they'll ask for close-up paste. They all were using Colgate for the last 10 years, and now suddenly today they will go and ask for close-up paste. Now this Kirana store owner or the supermarket owner is selling only Colgate and he don't have the stock with him. What he says, he don't have that paste at all. He says, no, I don't have. By afternoon, he will see at least 50,000 people approaching him. But all the 50,000 people went back because there is no Colgate close-up paste in his store, correct?
Yes.
So now what's happening, just because there is no Colgate paste with his, at his facility, at his store, now these customers or the people will start approaching other nearby stores, other people, correct? So now these people whomsoever are going somewhere else might eventually start shopping from those supermarkets only, correct? There are chances of he losing the customers, correct? Correct. So now what this person does is, by afternoon, some 60-70,000 people would have approached and everybody would have gone back that there is no close-up paste. So why is this demand? For some reason, TV ads would have gone live that cold close-up is the best place to use or something else like that, or 100% off, 50% off, or free, whatsoever. Something has triggered people to start using it. Correct? That's a different thing. Let's not get into it. Why people started using close-up paste, right? But here, when they had come for to buy the close-up paste, there's no close-up paste. Now this store owner realizes that if he is not maintaining the stock of close-up paste, he is going to collapse. Correct? He is going to lose the business. Correct? Now what he does, he goes to the manufacturer or to the distributor, he gets the stock and he starts maintaining the stock. Right? From
Yeah.
afternoon onwards, he will see another 50,000 people coming in and he is going to serve those 50,000 people. Correct? So now what made him to get that Colgate close-up paste and maintain the stock of it? It's purely the demand. Correct? Just because he names himself as the provider of that particular product, and if he's not providing, people will not trust him, people will not go to him. Correct? Correct? So same way, when something is being searched too many number of times on Google. Now let's take this example. So buy mangoes, or maybe Salman Khan accident. He drove out people again. So Salman Khan fans, don't take it wrongly. This is some just example to understand certain things. Give me 1 second, everybody. Yeah. So this is just some random example. Salman Khan accident. See now, let's assume. See, this is bringing in the news of 2002. Correct. So see now, this is exactly the same scenario. See, yesterday night he must have drove on some 10 people. He must have drove the car on 10 people, and I am searching it now, and it is showing me 2002's news. This is exactly like how a supermarket owner disappointed me when I went to buy the close-up paste. He said there is no close-up paste. Instead, he told I have only Colgate paste. Get lost, right? See, that's what the experience we are all facing now when we are searching for Salman Khan accident. Now Google is also least bothered because it's only Manjuna searching Salman Khan accident. In the next 1 hour, if 20,000 people have searched Salman Khan accident, or even by 500 search, even if 500 people are searching, so these searches are hitting Google server. Google realizes that it's crucial to get that information. Google realizes or senses that it's very crucial to maintain that information. Now it goes in search of that term. It keeps Salman Khan accident within in its palm and it starts searching. Whichever website has Salman Khan accident, it will visit all those websites. It scans for the term and it crawls all those websites that has Salman Khan term in those web pages. So now you are the new website owner. You have just started with your website. If you're covering these news kinds of content or news kinds of topic, or if you're covering something that's searched on the Google, there are good chances of bot visiting your website frequently. Correct? Just because you covered this topic, bot visited your website. Instead of writing about Salman Khan accident, if you had written about Shah Rukh Khan or Amir Khan, that's not trending and that's not hot, right? Salman Khan accident is currently trending, correct? And if you are also speaking about that, it's not about trending, it's mainly about the demand. Too many people are asking for relevant information. If there are already 500 news websites which have spoken about Salman Khan accident, there are less chances of your website getting crawled, or you would not reap maximum outcome from it. If you are the first, if you are the one always speaking about something that's not spoken on internet, where bot finds scarcity of such information or content, then your web page will have more demand and bot would consider visiting your web page again and again. Because see now how carefully you handle a person, if that's the only person in your life, correct? So that's not a right example. I just thinking what should I be telling for this. Give me 1 second. See, diamonds, gold has scarcity on earth, and the value of it is very high, correct? That's the reason the price is very high. Gold is some other metal like iron, silver, or copper, or bronze, or some other metal, right? It's also some other metal. Why the price is so high? Because either it should be available in less quantities, or processing method is very difficult, or there is a demand from the people that they want to use. Everybody wants to use that metal only, right? See now, if you are speaking about the topics, something that's not spoken much on the internet, that will have that will get easy success. The results will be quick because bots don't have any option except crawling your website more number of times, right? How many people do you think must have written about Malpua? See, if you are competing with the term like buy shoes online, you might find some 10 lakh websites or 1 lakh websites speaking about buy shoes online. But when it comes to buy Malpua online, there will be hardly 100 websites or 200 websites, and Google also is looking for such websites. And now, if you are covering something like this, the chances of your website getting crawled will be very high. So if you want to see success from Google, easy success from Google, you have to speak something that has got demand, but there is a scarcity. Are you all getting it?
Yeah.
So I'll give one such example. Yeah. Look at this. This website Kandra Foods has we haven't built a single link to this website. And not only this ranks for around 40-50,000 keywords on Google. See, naturally, bot crawling this website is very high. Why is it high? Because you don't find many websites speaking about it. See, now look at this. By Pela Vadialu online, there are only 3,180 web pages. Now look at this. There are only 3,180 web pages which are speaking about this particular product. Now I will type some other product. There are 2,090 websites speaking about it. Now the moment I put buy shoes online and you see how many websites are there selling shoes. So it's not necessarily selling shoes. How many web pages has the term buy shoes online on it? Look at the number. When should you, why should now Google consider you when Google has everything in abundance? Correct?
Yeah.
It's something like you are going to a seashore and trying to sell fishes. At seashore, everybody can catch the fishes by themselves. It's easily available, and that too you are trying to sell 10,000 rupees per kg. Now go to a desert and sell, and it's easier to sell the fishes. Correct?
Yes.
Right? You are next to a river, clean drinking water river, and you are trying to sell the water bottles over there. You go to a desert and try to sell the water bottles. Correct? So it is something like that. So when there are so many other websites already in competition, see Google is now very strict. See now if you go and try to sell a water bottle next to a uh, river, they will say I will give you 1 rupee for 5 liters. You go to a desert for 1 liter bottle, they might say I'll give you 500 bucks, please give it to me. Correct? See now you will fall into that zone. Similar to that, people started asking you 5 liters can give me at 1 rupee. Now, when you are picking a product or service that has high competition and the content or information is in abundance, now your efforts also will increase. Correct? Now, this website, with the example which I have taken, it did not take much effort to show up on the Google. Now, if I am launching a website, digital marketing training, digital marketing services, digital marketing company, it takes lots of efforts to show up on the Google like this in the top. And getting success for something like this can be very quick because nobody is speaking regional languages. Pela Vadiyalu is a Telugu word. Malpuva is a Hindi word. And now for the same Malpuva in Kannada, it's called as Kajjaya online. And how many people are speaking about Kajjaya online? It says 13,400, but competition is very less. Internet still has scarcity, and in Tamil it is called as Adirasam, and in Telugu it's called as Ariselu. See, these are all regional language terms or words, and not too much of competition. Not too many people are speaking all this. See, that's the reason the recipe websites were quite easy to rank on Google. But now in recent times, people must have started speaking a lot about recipes as well. But still, recipes is always a low competition thing comparatively. See, and now you writing in Hindi, writing in Kannada, writing in Telugu, writing in Marathi, writing in Tamil, your website being in these languages can rank quickly because most of the content on the internet is in English, correct? So, having more information. See, if you are speaking about Salman Khan, you are now eligible to get crawled by once, correct? And now you must have also written about Amir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, but you will not get crawled. But now, when time arrives, even those pages will get crawled. So, this being the reason, regularly you should be publishing information on your website about one or the other. We call them as blog post or publishing content onto your website. That's the reason why you should be publishing content to your website. Basically, you are creating an opportunity for your website to be crawled by bots. You publishing content every day or every alternate day makes bots visit your website. They start becoming habitual. They start visiting your website very regularly because they love information. They are in search of information. Correct? This is the reason blogging would help you to achieve equivalent results as that of building backlinks. See, backlinks is much higher actually. It's a quicker hack because you can decide to build links from websites whichever you like to. Correct? You like to build links from a website which has lots of bots visiting that. See, websites with too much of information, too many web pages speaking about sweets, snacks, about the celebrities, the news websites. You take news websites, lakhs of pages on the website. These websites naturally will be crawled more number of times. And you getting links from such websites is going to be super beneficial. Is it clear, guys, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is the reason. See, now a lot of people don't know how blogging helps. See now people will understand the worth of this discussion, whomsoever have been already in digital marketing domain, and they don't know why backlinks are built. They don't know why how publishing a blog will help, right? There are a lot many things which we are going to discuss. They just blindly know, right? It's something like this. My parents or my grandparents must have told me, do not speak while having the food. I'll blindly follow it. I'll not even think of it why I should be doing or why I should not be doing. Correct? My grandparents or their grandparents did not had electricity, right? On half moon day, that is on Amavasyas, at those kinds of days, it's completely dark. They used to tell, come home before it's dark, or do not go outside at all because you are not. I don't know when you will be coming, when you will be going, or I'm not sure if you will be coming home before it gets dark. So they used to stop, do not go outside. And should you be doing that now as well? There is a
No.
valid reason of they stopping you back then or telling you not to go outside. And should you be doing it today as well? There's no point of doing it because we have electricity now. It's bright everywhere. Correct? There are millions of such practices. We still continue to do or practice without even knowing why something was done like that. Right? And now, same way, at least 90% of the digital marketers still do things like that. And for them, it's perfect. It would have worked, and for these people, it doesn't work. We discussed one example, right? Some wise man, Swamiji, no, no. Okay, so just to come out of this regular stuff, we'll discuss this small story. Is it fine, guys? Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a small village. Okay. So in this village there will be one wise man. Wise is who is aligned with his thought process, thinking. Okay. So now in this village he's been approached for different things. So for example, there will be a woman, okay, so she got married 5 years back or 10 years back and she doesn't have kids, right? So now this woman goes to him and says, so uncle or swami or ayya, whatsoever terms are, so it's been 5 years or 10 years that I got married, but we don't have kids. So now this person is not a doctor, not a scientist, nothing, right? So this person keenly observes, so asks few questions, and he must have seen her from childhood. See, she is physically very inactive. She is physically very inactive. Her profile or her lifestyle is something like that. And he sensed that due to this, she would have prone to thyroids, and that could have been something creating a problem. And now this person analyzed all of this. He did not ask her anything or he did not tell anything. Simply he felt, he analyzed. He analyzed, observed, and he told, okay, you do one thing, ma. So we have the temple right on the mountain. Every day morning, wake up by 5 o'clock. You go to the temple. You like that for 3 months. So now this girl or this woman goes to the temple every day morning, and that's a lot of physical activity for her, and everything, her vitals, everything comes to normal. She conceives and she gives birth to a baby, right? This is one scenario, and there is a proper valid reason or explanation why he told to go over in the morning 5 o'clock. It's not, there is no devotional perspective here. It's purely to get her physically active. Second thing, he told 5 o'clock in the morning because her stomach is empty. Now after having breakfast, if you do that kind of effort, you will be prone to acidic reflux. You feel very uneasy in your stomach, in your throat, in your chest, right? That's the reason why he told go to the temple in the morning at 5 o'clock, right? Now second scenario, one more guy comes to him and says, sir, uncle, so for me my face full of pimples. It's been like that for the last few months, and I'm really worried about it, struggling. So this person asks him some random questions. He feels like random questions. He asks him, okay, so he knows that they are farmers. His father is growing some crops. He asks him, okay, he says, okay, yeah, we are growing crops, this crops, we are growing horse gram. He asks, how much yield did you get? He says, we got very good yield this year. We have some 50, we got some 50 bags of horse gram. We sold several bags, and at home we started consuming that horse gram only. And now, in this process, he realizes or understands this person, elder person or wise person, that horse gram is the root cause of pimples because it's very heat to body. And he asks him, so how much is left? He says, Swami, there is only one bag left. Now this person says, okay, only one bag left. Right? Do one thing, you go and feed it to the cow or to the horse. So this person goes and feeds it to the cow or to the horse, and from next day there is no horse gram at home. They have to eat rice, chawal, or something else, and in just 1 month down the line or 2 months, his pimples will go away. He comes back and says, "My pimples are gone." He don't know why he has suggested to feed that horse gram to the cow. He did not explain it anything to him. He just told, and this fellow is believing that okay, because of feeding horse gram to cow, his pimples have gone away. Now, this way, this person was suggesting, analyzing what is the root cause, what is the problem, and he was suggesting right things. Now, this person died, but villagers continued to come to his home, and this wise person had a son. So they started believing in his son. This son took it up as a profession now. His dad was not charging anything, he was just helping people. His son took it up as a profession, and now people started coming to him. Now, case one, the first scenario, a person comes to him and says, so I am feeling very tight in my chest. I'm not feeling comfortable. So this person don't know why his dad had suggested that woman or girl to go to the temple. He randomly thinks, he knows here and there some random things what his dad was doing. He randomly just okay things acts like if he's thinking or acts like he's a scientist, and he says, okay, do one thing, you go to the temple every day morning. This person goes to the temple first day, second day, third day he dies of heart attack because he is suffering from cardiac issue. He was not supposed to put him onto such kind of strain, correct? So now another
Yes.
boy comes to him and says, sir, for me giddiness, head is always rotating. He also asks some random questions. What do you do that, this and all? But this fellow doesn't analyze or understand anything out of it. See, basically from the information that boy is providing, I sense that is very poor. They are suffering a lot. And this fellow asks him what is there in the house. He says, we have only 1 or 2 kgs of rice left. For next 15 days we have to survive on this 2 kgs of rice. Now this fellow don't know. He has asked some questions. He simply says, "Go and feed that rice to cow." He goes and feeds that rice to cow, and from next day he starves out of hunger and he dies. See, you see the danger in not knowing the purpose of doing something and blindly doing it. He don't know why his dad has suggested someone to go to the temple in the morning which is located on the mountain, and he don't know why his dad has suggested someone to go and feed that horse gram to the cow or horse, and this fellow don't know why something is being done. See, on internet, when it comes to digital marketing, millions of people are writing their own experiences, are their own point of understanding of the things from one side. Somebody will write building backlinks has helped me. No, that's not true. For him, building backlinks is the only thing that was the lag, and hence fulfilling that would have made him succeed. Somebody else will write, I am writing content every day and publishing and it has helped me. It would have helped them because that's the only lag. Everything would have been to its best. They will have the best website designers and developers, best UI UX. Now you have the loopholes of website designing. Okay, your UI UX is not that great. You have read on the internet somebody writing building lots of backlinks or building lots of content as help, or building fresh content every time. So I will explain you what is this fresh content means. Fresh content means, so I guess one of you had taken that word fresh content, right? So I'll explain you what does that mean and how does that work. So now this fellow doesn't realize whether his website technical aspects are good or not. We are going to understand those technical aspects. What is his technical aspects? He doesn't understand whether the CTR is good for his website or not. He simply continues to build backlinks throughout his life. It's not going to help. Correct? Are you all getting it?
Yes.
See, now here the solution is you understanding the right way. You understanding how search engines function is the first thing, and you have understood. And second thing that you have to understand is how do we improve each of these metrics. That's when you will be able to implement the things to the best. That's when you can proudly raise your collar. Do not come to me. Do not tell me what I should be doing. I can do what is best. I know what is lagging on the system. See, that should be the kind of attitude you should be developing. I'm not telling that you have to be arrogant or disrespect others. I'm telling that you should possess that kind of knowledge and confidence, right? So, especially these kinds of things, do not read on internet and get biased or influenced with what they have written. Yes, I told you, right? That was perfect. He told there was a proper reason why he asked to go to the temple. And should a person who has cardiac issue should be doing? Should a girl who has a knee pain or a joint pain should she be climbing the mountain every day? See, randomly doing something without even knowing why that's being practiced, it's really danger, right? In SEO, that is what is happening. 99% of the professionals, I will bet you, if anybody has network of digital marketers, you go and ask them, they could be 5 years, 10 years, to ask them why should you build a backlinks. They will tell in the eyes of Google, in the nose of Google, in the mouth of Google. No, there is nothing as such. What is eyes of Google? They tell Google will start in the eyes of Google. It's a trustworthiness. Google considers. They won't be able to explain what is the technically, logically, what's happening in the background. Building backlinks purpose is purely to invite bot to your website. If bot is coming to your website, it's going to crawl your website more number of times. If it is crawling your website more number of times, it's going to prioritize your website to show up on Google. No eyes of Google, no legs of Google. You go watch some videos, YouTube videos, you will understand the kind of information that you are observing today. You ask anybody why are backlinks built, and if you fortunately if you connect with the people who have been the trainees of Canara Digital or have worked with me in my teams in the past or now, these people will be able to tell you, and everybody else will give the same answer, right? Okay. Anyways, yeah, you all understood, right? How to improve the crawl frequency, right? So
Yeah.
this is building backlinks and you developing and publishing the content, and mainly publishing the content that has less competition. I told you, speaking in Hindi, publishing content in Hindi, publishing in Telugu, in Kannada, or it could be in English only, but for the products or services which are not in abundance on the internet, right? Even if it is or maybe your segment or domain will be highly competitive, but then you have to pick the terms which are of less competition. See, you will not believe me. This particular topic back to 2019, no one had written. I'll tell you, digital marketing versus software. Say back to 2019, no one had written about this topic. Very less, very few people. So just in 2 days, this was showing up in the top. Just in 2 days, or just in one day after publishing the topic, just in 2 days or one day, it started showing up in the top. Why? Because no one had spoken about it. And if you are covering such topics or informational content, see, it's not just about that. Next thing, there are two other criteria, right? CTR and engagement. So we ensured that we met CTR and criteria, engagement as well, and obviously you will be making it to the top. There is no way of you losing the opportunity. Okay? Did you all get that?
Yes.
Yeah. So now another thing. Uh, Before we wind it up, I'll just try to bring that as well. Okay. So, going back to this example, you all know that the supermarket owner bought close-up toothpaste only when too many people started asking for it. Correct? And now, similarly, if people are searching your brand, let's say Flipkart, millions of people are searching every week like Flipkart. Now, Google understands if too many people are querying it on Google, Google understands that they have to be up to date with Flipkart. Correct? And now, if too many people are searching for it, naturally their default thumb rule or blind rule is that you crawl that website often and keep up to date about be up to date about that website. So that's what we have written here as well yesterday, right? So Google's one of the main Salman Khan accident we have seen, right? It's showing 2002's information, correct? So the moment 1 lakh people search for it, automatically it starts showing the recent information. The moment only 500 people search for it, see now, serve up to date information. If 10,000 people are searching Flipkart every 1 hour or every 10 hours, obviously it starts visiting Flipkart quite often. Why it should visit quite often? If it is visiting quite often, that's when it keeps up to date about it, correct? Correct. Did you all get that?
Yes.
So, if you are doing branding activities for your business, your branding activities in return make people to search about you on Google. If too many people are searching about you on Google, obviously the crawl frequency of your website also will increase. So now this is another thing you pose this question to people: does branding help in SEO? If you are doing a TV ad or radio ad or newspaper ad or any other kind of branding activities, does that help SEO? People have no proper explanation. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. And if you ask why to both people who have told yes, who have told no, they have no valid explanation. Did you all get that? Branding also plays a role, but branding might cost you 1 crore, but if you are investing 1 lakh on backlink activity, you will be reaping much benefits or much outcome than branding activities. But branding also helps, but which is going to give more outcomes? If you have 10 salespeople, everybody is getting paid same salary. Now, but this are all 10 salespeople getting you the same kind of revenue?
No.
No, right? Same way to build backlinks or in digital marketing, you must be using different platforms. Not all the platforms contribute the same way. There is something called as return on the investment. We're going to understand all of them in depth on the go. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, did you all get that? How to improve them? So I did not type it here today because I typed it in the last class. Hence, I did not type it here. Hello. Hmm. 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 So in odd cases, tomorrow morning. In odd cases, mostly it will be today. In odd cases, it's going to be tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So crawl stats is this one, crawl rate, crawl frequency. Okay, so you have everything here. How to improve it all. Okay. So I hope it's clear for all of you how to improve the crawl frequency of the website. Correct?
Yes.
Anybody has any questions? This is what makes your website to come closer to the Google first page or at the bottom of the first page or sometimes in the top also, right? But the moment it gets the signals, it gets the data of CTR and engagement, it might retain you there or it might throw you back, throw you down, push you down, right? See, crawl frequency is not necessarily always keeping you only at the bottom. It might give you the first position immediately also because it don't have the information of CTR and engagement, right? It gives you an opportunity to show up in the top. When an opportunity is given, if it has best CTR and if it has best engagement, it would continue to stay over there. Okay. So if not, you need to have measures to improve the CTR and engagement. Okay.
Yeah.
So if no one has any questions, we'll wind it up for today. Because if I'm starting CTR, it might take another 1 hour. So if you all are fine, maybe I can start with the CTR as well. If you suggest to continue tomorrow, we'll continue for
I'm okay.
tomorrow. Everybody else, maybe in the next 30 minutes also we can wind it up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Girish, Deepak,
Yes, sir. Okay. Sure.
it's fine? Okay, great. Ranga and Diksha, you fine? Yeah. Okay. So now, second thing is you all have understood how to improve the crawl frequency. But executing or implementing all those activities to improve this crawl frequency are not going to be just 1 hour or 1 day's task. Understanding each of these things itself will take enormous amount of time. Building backlinks is altogether a different profile in SEO. There are professionals who spend their complete life in building backlinks, right? There are companies who make people to work only on the backlinks because they don't know why backlinks have to be built, not the business owner, not the digital marketer. See, when you don't have proper understanding what the purpose of doing something, you end up doing that thing only throughout your life. Okay, so we are going to do some of these things. For now, we are just understanding how do we improve them. But when it comes to execution part, we are going to deal with each of them in detail, right? See them anywhere on the web page. They will be. See, in the previous classes we have discussed how our web page is built. Correct? Web pages are built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And HTML has two components: head and body section. Correct? And now whatever is put in the body section will be showing from the left top corner to right bottom corner, and anything that you put in the head section is usually an instruction, information, or a command to browsers, search engines, and internet. So now look at this, you see something here. This is actually in the head section of the code. This is the source code. Here, this is the head section title. Look at this title. Here, title is here. Snowflake course in Bangalore, best Snowflake description is here. And now this is all before closing of the head tag. Yeah, here the head tag is getting closed here, and before this itself, all these titles and descriptions are above. And after this head tag, the body tag starts, and whatever you put from here is going to show from here to the left top. Correct? So now this has various kinds of instructions in writing this, right? To improve the CTR, you have to add a CTR trigger, and in the description you have to add a call out statement. You have to add a call to action and call out statement. What is call to action and what is call out statement? What is call to action and what is call out statement? Anybody here knows what is call to action? No one knows what is call to action? Yeah, you can type it here. What is call to action? Call to home, call to office, call to action. What is call to action? You're asking the user to perform the action such as buy now, order now, book now, read more, connect now, ring now, dial now, call now, slap now, beat now. That is calling them to perform an action. That is call to action. So in this description, you have to write a call to action. Did you all get that? What is call to action? And what is call out statement? What is call out statement? Call out statement is any statement that's helping you to take a call. Correct? Any statement from the business that's helping them to take a call. So you are struggling between the two phone brands, which one to buy, right? Your budget is just 10,000 rupees, same price, both the brands, almost all the features same, and you're struggling to decide which one you should buy. Now, suddenly brand one comes and says, I will give it to you at 1000 rupees off if you're buying now. And this statement is making you to take a call and go and buy that particular brand, right? Or brand one, or maybe brand two, somebody will come and tell you, if you're buying one phone, I'll give you one more phone for free. This is helping you to decide to which one you have to purchase. Or forget about discount, forget about buy one get one. This person will now, brand two will tell, my phone has 50 megapixel front camera and nobody on the earth is providing you 50 megapixel, and that's what is making you to take the call. Correct? Any statement or communication about your product or services offerings is trying to take a call. People will say, right, it's your call, take your call. Correct? They will explain everything to you and it's your call. Correct? Same way now, as a digital marketer, you should not be simply giving some information and tell take your call. You have to give something that really makes them to purchase with you. Correct? That makes them to buy your product or service should be the kind of powerful statement you are bringing in. And this powerful statement is influencing them to make a purchase with you or decide to buy it from you. That's what is call out statement. Is it clear, guys, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So now implementing rich snippets. Implementing rich schema. A rich schema is a piece of code. So for example, let's say you are browsing a book on Amazon website or any other book or any book's website. So number of pages equal to 500. Price of the book is equal to 900. Now we all understand, as a user, real users, when we see this information, we understand 900 is the price and 500 is the number of pages, correct? But do you think bot will understand the way it is? Bot will understand the same way how we understand it?
No.
Bot sees 500 just as a number and 900 as just a number. Bot will never know 900 is price and 500 is number of pages. Correct? If you have to make the bot to understand the way how you are understanding it, what should you be doing? So there is a method. You are going to use a language. See, now let's assume none of us here, none of us speak English. You all speak Hindi, Bengali, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, different languages. Now, if I have to convey something to you, obviously I should stop speaking English, right? I have to speak in a language that you understand, right? Same way, now Google, if you have to make Google to understand 500 is the number of pages and 900 is the price of the product, you have to use a language called schema. Schema code, where you are going to wrap this 500 with the schema code. So let's say you have made homemade chocolates. If you are taking them with the hand and giving it the hand to them, they don't see the tidiness over there, right? Hygiene over there, right? Now the same thing, you put it in a wrapper, it looks colorful, it looks as if that's the manufactured by some manufacturing unit or corporate, right? So now same way this 500 or this 900 will get wrapped by something called as schema, right? If Google understands any information the way that how we understand the real users of the humans, Google is going to give a rich presentation to it. If it is not understanding it the way how we understand, it's not going to give the rich presentation to the information. So if you are implementing schema, the outcome is rich snippets on Google, right? What are the different kinds of schemas? That is something called as author schema, recipe schema, event schema, book schema, product schema, rating schema, review schema. See now this is coming from rating schema and review schema. And now this is coming on Google from event schema. You see how beautiful it is below the result. It's taking so much space and this makes people to click on it. This is called as event schema. Event schema is being implemented and the outcome is event rich snippets, right? And implementing something like this, the tick marks, you see special characters is used and automatically it's giving tick marks. See people show this heart symbols, tick marks, dollar symbols. So those also might grab attention. Okay, so I'll just quickly walk you through. First thing is relevancy, show exactly what they are searching for. One second, everybody, please. Hello. Sir, I'll call you back. Okay. So first thing is, let's assume here I am searching for Snowflake training in Bangalore, and you must have put just SNTV, SNTV, and nobody will understand what is this SNTV, correct? Putting the term exactly what they are searching for would make people to click on its results. Or let me take the Snowflake training in Dubai, we will be able to understand better. Snowflake training in Dubai. Now, see the reason why people are not clicking on this is this doesn't have Dubai, correct? You using exactly what's being searched would make people to click on your search results. And does this has Dubai in it? Right? So maintaining that relevancy, at least see to an extent these are still relevant. They are both about Snowflake only, right? But Snowflake full form is completely irrelevant. They are about Snowflake course only, right? Relevancy, show exactly what they are searching for. Decide the relevant keywords based on the intent or intention in the search terms as compared to the web page you are optimizing, right? If they are expecting Snowflake syllabus, you have to put Snowflake syllabus in your title. If you are expecting Snowflake training, you have to put Snowflake training in your title. You cannot just put Snowflake and expect everybody to click on it. Cover all the related variations around your page, product or service. Now people will not search only Snowflake training in Dubai. People would search Snowflake course in Dubai, Snowflake certification in Dubai, correct? Snowflake training institute in Dubai, and you covering all those variations. Even this has not covered. Snowflake certification training, everything can be covered in the title. If you are covering all of them, the CTR will be high. Okay. Write quality titles and descriptions, no grammatical errors. If you are doing grammatical errors, the tendency of people clicking on it will go away. And if you are using grammatical mistakes, people don't trust it. Correct? The tendency of people clicking on it will come down. Use appropriate delimiters, or you do not write a continuous. Okay. So using appropriate delimiters. See, if you're writing lengthy sentences, I'll show you what happens. See, these are called as delimiters. The pipeline used, a comma used, but comma is not a right delimiter. See now, if you're writing a lengthy sentences like this, it gets truncated. You see here dots. So if you had put USA pipeline, and then again started another sentences, it would have, or maybe after this, if you had put pipeline after this word, after dots dots, there must be some word. After that, if you had put a pipeline, it would have shown it in full. Usage of appropriate delimiters instead of using commas, you have to use pipeline, dots, full stops. There are guidelines in writing titles and descriptions. We will be discussing that. So follow the character count and write the titles and descriptions accordingly. Understand how to use the delimiters in titles and descriptions. Always avoid using special characters such as semicolon, comma, apostrophe and other symbols in the title. Instead use pipeline, colon and hyphen. Right? And your hyphen is going to look something like this. Correct? Did you all get that? So now, see now this will have every character that you use will have an ASCII value. ASCII value or the characters or the pixels, maybe simply the pixels. If you're taking photo, it's same your photo only, taken from camera 1, lens 2. The pixel value is different, correct? And the MBs also will vary, right? Same way now, these kinds of characters will take more pixel values. So these actually, this doesn't take more. These characters like apostrophe, comma, semicolon take. See, your title length will be 516 pixels. 516 pixels. And now if you are wasting most of your pixels in using special characters, then you won't be able to accommodate the key terms like training, certification, course, institute, right? So hence it's suggested to use these kinds of delimiters instead of semicolon, comma, apostrophe and other symbols like dollars, etc. in title. Some of them you can use it in descriptions. Is it clear up to here, guys? Yeah. And we have already discussed implement schema. Schema is the language that Google bots understands the information that we understand, the way we understand. And obviously they are going to give a rich presentation to the information on Google search results that will make people to click on them. So look at these examples. This is event schema. This is rating and review schema. Implement CTR trigger in the title, correct? A CTR trigger is any piece of information that motivates the user to click on your search results. The CTR trigger usually will be the solution for the end user's pain point. End user's pain point is 100% placement. End user's pain point is free course. End user's pain point is practical sessions. End user's pain point could be knowledgeable trainer. It can be anything. As a business, as a digital marketer, based on that business, you should be able to figure out the consumer's pain points. Battery life, megapixels, right? If somebody is purchasing a bike, mileage is the pain point, correct? Road grip is the pain point, correct? The highest speed that it can go is the pain point, correct? The resale value is the pain point, correct? Right? As a digital marketer, you should be in position to understand all this for different products. Branding will help improve CTR. See, last time we were discussing branding helps improve crawl frequency, correct? Do you all know how that? If too many people are Googling, obviously Google realizes or understands it's important to be up to date with that brand term or with that website or with that business, and it starts crawling your website more number of times, correct? Now branding is helping to improve the CTR as well. How is that happening? Anybody can explain it to me here? Branding is helping you to improve the CTR as well. How does that work technically? How is branding helping you to improve the CTR? No one knows how it happens. See, go to Google and search buy shoes online. Right? See, let's assume you are seeing all the websites like this. Like this. Is your mind and eyes looking for something and thinking of something else, though you see this? So let's say you will see a word. Will you prefer to buy shoes from this? Will you prefer to buy shoes from this? Where do you usually buy the shoes?
Adidas or
Huh?
Adidas?
Popular brands, not very well
Yeah.
known brands, or you will prefer to shop on Amazon, Flipkart. And even if some of you here puts a website, something like Amazon or Flipkart, nobody will prefer to buy it from you, correct? The trust factor is very low, correct? Who is this new person in the market, correct? So branding will make people to click on your search results. Now let's assume you are the best digital marketer, and let's call this as kandradigital.com or Kandra Digital shop.kandradigital.com is website owned by all of you, right? And now even if you make it to show up in the top, it will have a lack of CTR, correct? Why is that? Because people have registered Amazon, Myntra, and Flipkart, or maybe some other brand names in their minds, correct? The tendency of they clicking on it will be very high. So that's how branding will help improve the CTR. If you are a very well-known brand, people will prefer to buy from you only, and they prefer to click on your website assets. Let's assume this is your website. They will not click on it. They will still go and click on Amazon. Even if you make it up to the top, it's, let's assume this is not Myntra, this is Manju.com. People will ignore this and still click on this. People will ignore this result and still continue to click on this three, these three. What happens now? So Google gets to know that people are not clicking on it. Let me move it down. It's not that useful for people. People are not accepting it. It's something like this. If you are not voting the politician will lose his position, correct? It's people are voting here, right? And how do you make more people to click on it? Though you are a very new brand, start assuring something. See, it's very challenging. Not being a brand and trying to sell is very challenging. You may have to sell it at much lower price than everybody else. You need to have the best logistics. You need to have the best experience for the user, and it takes some time. In course of time, if you are consistent, people will start trusting you. Otherwise they will not trust you, correct? So branding, and in case though you are a very new brand to the market, if you are doing TV ads, radio ads, everywhere, if people are hearing you, the acceptance is now high, correct? The tendency of people clicking on your search result is high because they think, okay, I have heard of it on TV, on radio, I know this brand, I can trust it, I buy several other things from this brand, correct? Did you all get that, guys?
Yes.
So branding helps improve CTR. So now branding is helping you to improve the CTR as well as crawl frequency. I told you, right? Anything that you do either improves one of the metric or two of the metrics or all three of the metrics, correct? Now, if you are doing only backlinks, backlinks are helping you to do get only the crawl frequency, correct? And if you are implementing rich snippets actually help you to improve CTR as well as the crawl frequency as well. We will discuss that in the coming classes, how that happens. How does how does the crawl frequency improve when you implement the schema? Okay. So, and one more thing, I want to clear this misunderstanding of fresh content or new content onto the web page. See, when people change the content on the web pages, there are different purposes or reasons. So, one is, let's say you must have written, there are 1 lakh digital marketers in Bangalore, which could have been relevant 5 years back. Now, there could be 3 lakh, and now you have to consider changing it, right? This is information change or information correction or update, right? Now, second thing, your selling elements are not appropriate on the web page. You have to redo or rewrite the selling strategy, right? So you must have seen, right, people practicing in front of the mirror, addressing the crowd. How do they address the crowd? They keep practicing it, correct? And today, addressing people, brothers and sisters, would have been fine, but when they are to a different event, addressing that way is not fine. They have to change the strategy accordingly, correct? The words that they use, the kind of vocabulary that they use, right? So same way on the web page, the selling strategy, as competition increases in the market, the selling strategy has to change, and you have to redo the selling strategy. If you think that's an evergreen strategy on your web page, you don't have to change. If you think the number of digital marketers is still 1 lakh, you don't have to change. Now there is a vague generic term used by people: refresh the content on the web page. Why? You have to refresh either to update the information to its correct correctness, or you have to change the selling strategy. And a lot of digital marketers misunderstand refresh the content is simply changing the text or information on the web page and they will go and change. There is no proper purpose, right? That's not going to be still helpful or useful. There are chances that it might help since the person he has updated information 5 years back, now he has 5 years more experience, and now his experience would have taught him something, and accidentally he might come up with a better job than what he has done 5 years back, and this might work out. Okay, did you all get that? Shall we wind it up for today here?
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll start the user engagement. Hello.